Hi everyone, this is Adris. Welcome back to my channel. Today I am starting out talking about creating a vision board. And this is going to be the canvas that I'm using for my vision board. You see me? You see me? Oh. Anyway, so this is what I'm going to be using. And I didn't want to do it and then come on here and go, oh, ta-da, here's my vision board. Now y'all go out and make yours. No, I know we're behind. It's now only 360 days left in the year. And I know some people may need to go and get something, corkboard. You can just use whatever you have. But I think that this is kind of a good way. Then you can use push pins or staples or glue or whatever to get the pictures on here. And why is a vision board important? As I said before, you want to be able to visualize what it is that you are dreaming about, what to see your goals, to kind of see that every day and get it in your brain so that your mind and all your actions are focused on attaining those things. And we really do work off visual effects. So one of the things that I want to talk about is the categories. Now, if you remember, I had talked about the level 10 goals, and these are the areas of family and friends, and personal development, finances, spirituality, love, relationships or marriage, fun and recreation, contribution or giving, physical environment, and your health and fitness. I have them written down over here. That's why I'm looking. So for those sections, I already know what I want to put there, what will fulfill the goals for those things. So like for family and friends, of course, I want to have pictures of my children, maybe some of my family members or friends, or maybe a quote about how important family and friends are and these relationships are. So I'm still looking for that, but I already have pictures of my kids that is going to represent that era for me, and how to keep building on the relationships between my family and my friends. And then for personal development, there are a couple of goals I have for that. Of course, one of them is the launch of this YouTube channel and the corresponding blog, and just educating myself, reading the 52 books. I'm sure more than half of them are going to be personal development type books that's going to aim to make me a better person, and teaching me how to hone my skills. So for my personal development goals, I have the things that I want to be practicing every day, the daily habits that I'm going to be doing. So some of those I'm definitely going to put on there. But the main goal I have is that I do want to try and register in a couple of personal development classes, seminars, whether online or going to one in person. And I am really, really interested in Brendan Burchard's High Performance Academy, and maybe becoming a certified high performance life coach. And so that is something I'm putting that actually on one of my long-term goals, not necessarily for this year, but maybe for next year, because I'm using this year to solidify who I am and what I'm about. And I know that I am nowhere near ready to coach somebody else. I'm only doing this so that someone can follow along and encourage me, and I can inspire other people to work on themselves. But I'm not quite at that point, but it is one of my goals, and so I am going to get something so that it reminds me that that's where I want to get to. That's something that's in the future that I want to do. For my finances, oh my God, my savings, my businesses, investments, just all of those things to make me money, looking at the real estate investment and looking at properties and things like that I want to do, that's gonna put money in my pocket, in my bank account. Those things are really, really important. And so I will be finding something to depict that, to get me going, to keep me motivated. Maybe I'll just put some money on there to show me that this is what I'm working for right now, and all of that kind of stuff. But that is important. For my career in education, I don't know. I'm thinking about maybe the hood. The hood, a picture of someone being hooded. When you get your doctorate, that's kind of what you do. It's not just a cap and gown. You kind of get a hood. So something like that. One of my main goals is to be ABD this summer, which means all but dissertation. So I'll be finished with my coursework pretty much and just be focusing on writing my dissertation. And so that's one of the goals for this year. And in terms of my career goals, and one of the things, is writing every day. But I do want to publish some smaller Kindle books, and so I'm working on that. And my goal is to do 10. That's at least one a month, at least. And I'll, I know that I won't always be able to get one a month, so that's why I limited it at 10 and not 12, because you have to be realistic. So that's one of the things. In terms of my spirituality, I don't know what I'll use to represent that. Maybe someone praying or meditating, because the things that I have been working on and implementing for my spirituality is one thing I started doing on a regular basis is going to church. And before, I was raised in the church. I was raised Seventh-day Adventist, and my whole life from 0 to 16, I think every single Friday to Saturday was spent in church. And I became very, tired of it and that kind of life. And then, of course, I went to a Seventh-day Adventist college. And so that was so much a part of who I was. And I really did stray away from that. But and I am not really a church going type of Christian, but what I love about going to church is that everybody there, or at least 99.9% of the people there, are all thinking good thoughts. They all want to be at their best. They're all really trying to be at their purest, at their happiest, aspiring to be better and wanting to think good thoughts about people. I know there are people who go to church and look at what other people are wearing and probably criticize people and stuff like that, but the majority of people have good thoughts. So there's such a really high vibes and energy, good energy when you go. And so some things are a little bit much for me. The church that I go to now, and mostly I go to this church because I want to be in a community of people that is more representative of me and my culture. And so where I live, there's not a lot of Black people, and so I go to this one Black church. It's a Kojic church, Church of God in Christ. And even though that's really vastly different from how I was raised, being raised Seventh-day Adventist, and all the rules are different and the culture is different. So some of the things they do are a little bit different for me. And, I don't really know how to respond sometimes because it's just really foreign for me. And I'm supposed to be the foreigner in there. But I really enjoy the pastor and the way that he preaches. He's very direct and practical for his congregation. And so I'm trying to get into that space where I feel like becoming a part of a group that has a vision and want the same things. So that is something that I'm doing, and I really, really wanted to get the boys a spiritual base because I was raised with that, and I felt that I had kind of done an injustice to Joshua by not bringing him to church earlier in his life. And then Jonathan's father is also wanted him to be raised in the church, and so that was something that I changed, that I added into my life in terms of working my spirituality. I also added in doing a devotion for myself, just reading the Bible and reading books that kind of explain some of the things that I find inexplicable, and working on my faith, praying a lot more, trusting in God to do something in my life. I feel like He created me to do something, and I the one thing I've learned to become is vulnerable and to surrender myself to His will. And I say every day, use me as a tool of your blessing for other people. Use me to, you do your work, and all of that kind of stuff. And so I've been working on that, reading. I kind of went off on a tangent about the spirituality part. That's a big part of me, of my new self, because I had ignored that part of me for such a long time. And so I really want to take a lot of time to work on that. So I will find some space on the board, a dedicated space to represent that. Um, and as far as love relationships go, I really, as I said before, I want to experience the big love, the to be vulnerable, to trust, to be immersed in that whole ambiance of being loved and sharing love and caring and all of that kind of stuff. So I am working on being more patient, being more open, and being vulnerable. And that leads into my fun and recreational type of activities that I want to do. And so one of the things that I really want to do is date. I want to go out. I want to go to dinners. I want to go to plays and movies, or just activities, doing things that will make me laugh, bring some joy into my world. I want to do things with my children. I want to do games and events and activities with them. Traveling, of course, is like one of my biggest passions, and so I want to find a way to start doing that again. And even if that doesn't mean the big elaborate trips I usually take, even if it's just little weekend getaways around the United States somewhere, I want to start taking a couple more trips, at least 4 trips, 1 a quarter. This year is kind of my goal. And then, of course, doing more cooking. That really brings me a lot of joy, to cook for people, to serve people, to entertain people. That is how I express love. I love to take care of people in that way, by preparing them a meal, a really good meal. And just taking care of them, entertaining them, making them feel really special in my home. And so that is something I love to do, and I want to learn new and interesting dishes and ways to make fabulous food. So that's something that I'll be doing. And then again, the one thing that I do want to learn in terms of developing a new hobby is I want to learn to sew, because again, both my grandmothers and my mother was a dressmaker, and I think it's something I should do. So that is it for fun and recreation. So I'll have to find some things to represent those goals and vision on my vision board. Giving and contribution, I'll find a charity, some representation of the charity that I want to donate to this year. And my physical environment is, of course, my home, my car, any place that I spend time. And so I'll be doing home decor projects, and I really want to finish my basement this year, and that's going to depend on the finances. But still, in terms of just doing little things, like in this month, my project for this month is to change out the color scheme in my living room, and that's just throw pillows and throws and maybe a vase or 2 little trinkets, or I don't really do what's that word, tchotchkes. I don't know where that come from. Is that a Russian word? or Jewish. I think he's probably Jewish. Tchotchkes. I don't do tchotchkes. And I'm really trying to simplify my decor and my home. And I'm not really going like nothing, barely nothing. I do love home decor and nice architectural details and structure and all of that kind of stuff. But I have been slowly changing out a lot of my furniture. I know I'm going very white, and then I just want to have pops of color and little glitz and glam here and there. So those are things that I definitely know I'll find a ton of pictures to represent my physical environment, because I have a ton of Elle decor, a ton of architectural digests, all of those kinds of things, you know. I think even my physical environment has to do with how I look and my, you know, my fashion and the things I want to put on my body. So we won't even go there, because the board would be full and nothing else would be on it if I put fashion. I'll probably put one or two little things. Maybe that Birkin bag, that $20,000 Birkin bag. That's not my 5-year goal though. That's that Birkin bag I'm gonna have. I'm gonna have it. I'm gonna get it in black and orange, or white and orange. I just think having like a big pop of color one like that in the orange would just be fabulous. Oh, somebody's texting me pictures of their cute little baby. That's what we do, us young mothers. We text picture of our cute little babies. So ignore that. Oh my God, that's like 5. Ooh. So finally, the big one, my health and fitness goals. Working out every day. I've been doing P90X. I know P90X can sculpt me, but it is so hard. I'm so sick of hearing Tony's voice, but I love him. So I am going to be doing that, and I will look for something that says P90X or represents P90X. And there was a bunch of stuff that came in the box that I could, you know, just put on the board. But I'm gonna do that. And of course, trying to eat healthy. I did buy a subscription to something called LifeSum, which is on my phone, that has me on like a high fat diet, low carb. And so, and of course I have my Fitbit, which I love, and I have my Fitbit scale. And so this is really important. This is like, my health part is like one of the biggest areas for me. The health and the finance and the spirituality are huge areas, because as I said in a previous video, that I am currently on hypertension medicine, which is just ridiculous. I shouldn't be on it. I don't want to be on it. And I tell my doctor, I could just exercise and lose weight and don't have to take these. And she goes, you're going to take them until you exercise and lose the weight. And I think Jonathan's awake. He's calling me. Yes, I'm coming. But okay, this video is getting too long. So this is where we're at. I have the blank canvas. I have the magazines to go ahead and start cutting out. I have some postcards already. Of course, this is one of my places to go. I love South Africa. Love it. It's one of my favorite places. And so I'm going to go ahead and start putting these together. I'll come back and give a quick update on where I'm at, and kind of hopefully by then you'll get your board and some of your pictures cut out, and you can leave me a comment, either a video response or pictures or whatever, and you can inbox me or Facebook me or Instagram me and those kind of stuff, and I will add those links below. And if you haven't subscribed, why not? Don't you like me? Don't you think I'm doing something great? Don't you like this? Don't you think I'm doing something wrong and you need to say, whoa, you could do this better, or, you know, something like that. Whatever it is, I am looking for your input. So share, rate, thumbs up, and big subscribe. Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.